It but a snack. Rule 1275, if you cannot relax, you should. 1. Do something fun. 2. Do physical exercise and 3. Wear wet clothes that lower your body temperature. Rule 1276, Ironclad friendship. The best way you can be a good friend to someone is to not try to be one and instead, act like one. Actions over status. The more momentum you have in anything, the more of the controlled risks you have to keep taking. That's the difference between anything real and insecure. For example, in military, an ensign only has to worry about itself and follow orders, whereas a general has to constantly make experienced guesses on what to do, and people will live and die based on those decisions. Boldly going in and seeking reasonable risks is the way of action for a potentially powerful person such as yourself. Rule 1277, Burning lines. To get yourself to use up more of your stored up stamina, imagine lines on your arms, legs and / or torso lighting up and activating. That will shift your attention to them and make your body forward more blood flow there. Activate yourself with blood flow stimulating mental images to get more training done. Rule 1278, Power through yourself. To let go of your dependent thoughts, you need to focus your thoughts on the things that you find proper and discard everything else. That way you will not need consider the source of the idea, and you can take it easy without worries of losing some inspiring ideas. It is not like you will be inspired by trash. You are your vessel. If some thought makes you feel bad, relentlessly reform the thought until it is small and okay to you. Have an okay life with simplified thoughts. Rule 1279, Raised chin. Raise your chin so that your jaw moves a bit forward and up. That should give you a dominant posture. Play with it for fun. Raise your spirit as high as you can. Rule 1280, Fear theory. Fear is a protective, self-preserving emotional intention. Similarly to caring, it can become a continuous sensation and life-absorbing as soon as one loses one's grip on it and stops using it as one's cover for a moment. Fear contradicts the ambitious intent and synergizes insecurity, anxiety, and carefulness. Caring in a somber way is essential to fear and being afraid of things. It has an all-encompassing curtaining effect that can make one feel emotionally suffocated for extensive periods of time. Fear has the ebb and flow dynamic, meaning that it needs to be thrown out there and pulled back again and again, that way it does not become too under or overwhelming. Too little fear can make one lazy and lethargic over time. It is much like net fishing. It is an irrational feeling, thus it is vulnerable to "why do you think you need to feel that way" statements and emotional commendations that tend to turn fear and anxiety into other feelings such as warm and cool feelings. If you can let yourself go in a controlled manner, fear can produce some extremely comfortable sensations through emotional conversion and reformation. Rule 1281, Self-gratification, also known as self-validation of emotions. One can turn any emotion into a cool or warm emotion. That is because the abstract form of feelings can be changed on a whim at any time with the intent to do so. The key is to in a warm manner emotionalize an admission of trust, respect, acceptance, and gratefulness of one's own self. In other words, doing the personal self-admitting and emotional concluding for closure to change the nature of even the most complex mental trauma in the mind. Interpreting one's emotions as, in addition to a source of life and enjoyment, embodiments of emotional commitment to one's own emotionality, risk, and concrete action in terms of creating emotional memories. It makes things more relaxed and easy to recoup any lost tension and emotional glee. Being admissive in a positive, emotional way is good for you. Rule 1282, Shower of emotion. By focusing on one emotion and relaxing enough, you can fill your mind with that emotion and even use self-gratification for enjoyable experience. Pick one type of sensations and enjoy them all in peace. Rule 1283, There are no trustworthy sources. To make yourself crafty at dealing with first party, meaning your own, mistakes, you have to ignore it and stay open to the fresher insight of yours and everyone else who actually knows the stuff. Trust yourself and bow down to no one. Rule 1284, Personal Focus Number 1, to effortlessly maintain self-confidence, one must maintain focus on oneself, especially on one's own emotions. Personal feel and focus is a great synergy to self-confidence. Keep your focus on yourself and you will end up strengthening yourself in the long term.